You know, as a 23-year-old, I was scared. I was scared last year. I'm Mexican American. I just transferred to a four-year university at 23. So my fear was that I wasn't living up to the social expectations of where we should be at 23. And a lot of us are doing that right now. We're comparing ourselves because based on what other people are doing with their lives. We're too busy paying attention at the perfect masks and filters that everyone is putting out there. So we're afraid that we're not going to be successful. We're afraid that we're not good enough. We're afraid that, our environment and our circumstances are going to determine where we're going to end up at like 40, 50, right? We're afraid. I was scared too. But then I realized that fear will always be there. Our brains are designed to keep us safe. We're supposed to be comfortable. So the only thing you should be scared about is being on your deathbed and thinking, man, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Because a lot of us are afraid of what people are gonna say. Just because not everyone's doing it doesn't mean you can't start doing it. Just because no one's doing it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. We have these social comparisons going on right now in this golden age. And I think that if you're dealing with anxiety, you should tell people. If you're dealing with stress, if you're dealing with something so hard, I think you should voice it. I think it's powerful to voice it because as you learn to cope, as you learn to deal with these things, you become a stronger person. And therefore you can help other people. You can help others overcome their fears, their stresses and anxieties, right? So I was afraid of being alone. I was afraid of not being good enough just because I don't have a degree yet, right? I was afraid of being a minority. I was afraid of being Mexican American in the United States. I'm afraid of not fitting into my own culture because I'm not Mexican enough, or not fitting into the US culture because I'm not American enough. But the truth is that we all have our own identities, and I feel like that's the most precious thing that this life has given us, is the fact that we are all unique. We are all born with something to give. And if you start hiding that, if you don't start looking for that inside of you because you're scared of what other people are gonna think, then you're gonna lose. A lot of us are trapped. A lot of us depend on having people. A lot of us think that we need to be in a relationship, that we need somebody, right? I just think that we need to focus on figuring out who we are and what we want, and start telling people, the people that love us, our friends, our families, even though you think they're gonna laugh at you, I think it's important that you tell them exactly how you feel, what you want with your life, how you don't agree with their values, you don't agree with their pressures of going to school to become something they want you to be because they didn't do it, because they're insecure, and they want to feel successful based on your success, and I just think that we're all afraid of what people are doing on social media, and we're not doing the same. Don't compare yourselves. If you need to go back to school at 26, go back to school. If you're not gonna go to college, or if you're 18 and you're afraid of what your parents are gonna say if you don't go to college, and you don't really wanna go to college, then you're gonna lose. I've been there. I was afraid of moving out here to the Bay Area on my own. And I did it. I was afraid of being single for the first time after a while. But the truth is that these things happen so you can grow. So I think this year that we should all just stop thinking that one day we're just not gonna be scared. We're always gonna be scared. We're gonna be scared of failing. But it's up to you if you wanna overcome that, or you're gonna let it paralyze you. Stop comparing yourself. Don't be afraid about you not doing what everyone else is doing. That's the point of being you. Why do you have to be doing what everyone else is doing? Why do you have to go get a job because someone else got that job, right? Motivation, encouragement, all that is not gonna magically appear. We're always gonna be afraid, but it's up to you if you're gonna let it paralyze you, or if you're just gonna overcome and do you. So yeah, I was afraid of being first generation. I was afraid of not being guided. I was afraid of not being anything of myself. Truth is, if you're worried about what everyone else is thinking, you're gonna regret a lot of things. And we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And people are living on their bed, chilling, as if they were guaranteed tomorrow. So think about that, guys. My name is Edwin, and yeah, stop being afraid and just do what you want to do. Yeah.